Hi, and welcome to the Les Perras podcast. Today, episode is 248. Yesterday, in episode 247, we talked about submarines. And today, in episode 248, I'm going to talk about spelling. Spelling. What do you think about spelling? And how about spelling in your language? I know in English, spelling is terrible. What I mean is, sometimes it seems random. There are rules, and then there are rules, and then there are more rules. There are exceptions to the rules. There are special rules and sub-rules. In this case, you spell it like this. In that case, you spell it like that. It's terrible. And the words don't look like they sound, and they don't sound like they look. I think spelling in English has got to be extremely difficult. Well, anyway, I'm a pretty good speller. And one of the funny things I found over the course of my life is, as I get older, I think my spelling is getting better. When I was young, the only way I could spell something was by writing it down. Now, I don't have to write it down. I can spell it orally, just like in the old spelling bees. What's a spelling bee? A spelling bee is where people are in a competition to see who can spell the most words correctly. And you're told what the word is, and you have to stand up in front of the audience and spell the word speaking, not writing. And the judges check the word, and if you're right, you get a point. The more points, the better your chance of winning. The old-fashioned spelling bee. I know that for Japanese they have kanji, and there's a kind of spelling for kanji. You've got to get the stroke order correct, and you've got to get the stroke position correct. If one of the strokes is in the wrong place too much, it's not correct. In my mind, that counts like spelling, but only halfway. Because English spelling, you can spell orally. You can say the spelling, but in writing kanji, you can't say it. It's all just lines on the paper, and you can't describe where you're putting the line orally. So you couldn't do a spelling bee for kanji. You could do it if you were allowed to write, though. How about your language? Do you have spelling bees? Do you have spelling difficulties? Is it easy or difficult to spell in your language? Are you a good speller? Well, thanks for listening through to the end of episode 248 of the Les Perras podcast. Episode 248 was about spelling. Tomorrow, you can expand your listening even more. Please come again and listen to episode 249, which will be about noisy commercials.